Girl from Texas, USA asks,
I've seen a few K-dramas in which a character pretends to be gay or is accused of being gay. So what is Korea's position on homosexuality? Is it completely shunned or somewhat accepted? So when it comes to being completely shunned or somewhat accepted, I think Korea falls somewhere in between.
I think that the completely shunned does exist, and it's usually for really close-minded, old-fashioned, and usually old people. We're talking like grandmas and grandpas, and this is a real position that we've heard. They said that homosexuality does not exist in Korea.
Outright deny it.
Just total denial.
Or when they do acknowledge that it exists, they accuse it of being a disease brought from foreigners. So we actually have a friend who was a foreign teacher in Korea who was teaching his Korean students a lesson on diversity. And afterwards, the principal accused him of, and I quote, spreading the disease of homosexuality.
We were so floored when we heard this conversation. Now, we don't want you to come to Korea and think that, everybody is closed-minded like that. That's not true.
Because these are just a couple examples that we've had.
Now, there is a middle ground of opinion, and that comes from people who acknowledge that, yes, homosexuality does exist in Korea. It could be a foreigner that's gay, it could be a Korean person that's gay. They know that it exists, they've acknowledged it, they've accepted it, but they've never had a personal experience with anyone. They've only heard about it from a friend of a friend, or they might have watched it on a TV drama.
So because their experience with homosexuality is so limited, they neither completely shun it nor partially accept it. They're somewhere in the middle of theorizing about it. And the third position that we've encountered comes from the younger Korean generations, in which I have both heterosexual and homosexual friends that are both Korean and foreigners, and they're perfectly open and okay with it and have no issues with it whatsoever.
And that last position is just like us.
Yep.
So we have Korean friends that were born, bred, and raised in Korea, and they're gay. And we have foreign friends that came to Korea and they're gay.
Since we're not gay ourselves, we can't tell you what homosexuality in Korea is like firsthand. But we've spoken with our friends about this extensively, so we could tell you what they have told us about it.
Now, you might have friends in Korea who have had totally different experiences, but this is just the experiences of our friends that we're recounting now.
Now, a few issues they've come upon in Korea, whether they're Korean or foreigners, deals with employment. It seems that among our friends, nobody is open about their homosexuality at work because they're afraid of the repercussions that might happen.
Now, if they work in a tutoring center, like a hog one, where there's a lot of foreigners working with them, they said they might feel more open to talking about it, but if it's a predominantly Korean work environment, they just don't feel comfortable.
Now, the good news is that there are some gay communities in Korea, but they're predominantly located in Seoul.
Which can be really hard if you don't live near Seoul. Imagine if you live in the countryside somewhere and you have absolutely no community.
Now, the most popular locations that we know of are predominantly Itaewon, which is where we get the whole Itaewon freedom, in which the most famous hotspot would be Homo Hill.
We did not make that name up. That is the real name. It's called Homo Hill. And I'll tell you something really interesting. A lot of heterosexual Korean girls will go to male Korean gay bars in order to avoid being hit on by slimy Korean guys.
Very smart.
Now, why is Itaewon such an important location? Because you can go there with your partner and you can act as open as you want, while other parts of Seoul, not so open-minded.
Another area that's really popular in Seoul is Jongno Samga. Now, supposedly this is for the older business crowd. It doesn't have as much of a vibrant atmosphere as Itaewon does, but it still provides a bit of a friendly atmosphere there.
When we were there, it wasn't like club scene or anything like that.
We eat there often and it's delicious.
It's really delicious. They have outdoor samgyeopsal. And the last area we would say is Hongdae, which is just a really artsy and open area.
So if you're coming to Korea and you want to reach out to the gay community, but you don't know how, fortunately there are some smartphone apps that can help you get in touch with other people in the gay community. So if any of you have any other advice or different places you could go to, please let us know in the comments, because again, our experience here is very limited in that field. So that's it for this TLDR. If there's a question you want us to answer for next TLDR, head on over to our contact page and ask it in the Google moderator section.
Or check out the questions already asked and you can vote them up or vote them down.
And don't forget to subscribe for more TLDRs.
And now you know why Itaewon Freedom is such an awesome song.
Itaewon! Itaewon!